This is the Thayer Podcast for Monday, February 3rd, 2025. I'm old nerd dirt, but it doesn't seem that long ago we used to play on the monkey bars at school and at the park downtown. Monkey bars, those contraptions made out of pipe that allowed kids to hang out over great sand piles so they didn't get too banged up when they fell. And then there was that big old slide that you had to climb from hell to breakfast to get to the top, so you could slide down that shiny sheet of steel that got slicker and shinier every time anybody slid down it. It was colder than a well digger's butt in the winter, and it could raise a blister on your backside in the summer. But oh my God, was that fun! Today's kids have absolutely no clue. Enough of that. Let's get to something with meat on it, like Democrats. The Democratic National Committee met at Georgetown University to choose new chairman and other officers over the weekend. For 9 years, back in the dark ages during the turn of the century, I served as the Healy County, Arizona Democrat Party vice chair. The party wasn't anything back then like it is today. Gila Democrats were rural and conservative, and they held almost all the county and city elected offices for decades. But early in 2004, things began to change. A group of radical left-wing Democrats moved into Payson, the county's Republican bastion. Those new liberals were successful in seizing control of the party and began trying to change things. Rural folks are the first to recognize when things aren't quite right. As liberal ideology began to spread, the hardworking people in flyover country began to rebel. I recognized it in 2016 when Trump was first elected president. But the liberal mindset only strengthened as the party embraced ever more radical ideas, shifting the country's moral fiber far to the left. It took 4 years of liberal interpretation of the law and national tradition before regular folks woke up to how badly the USA's moral fiber had been degraded by a very small yet very vocal and overwhelming liberal presence in every nook and cranny of American life. Enforcing employment opportunities for people chosen by virtue of some obscure idea of gender identification, sexual orientation, and religious affiliation rather than merit set off rural folks first, then Americans Christians, and then just plain folks, the ones that make up the backbone of our United States. Somehow, after 20 years, Gila County has turned bright red and now belongs to the Republicans. Even the union's influence that controlled the state's rural mining workforce for almost a century was unable to stop the GOP juggernaut from taking control of central Arizona's politics. Sunday, the Democrats embraced the idea that they lost the 2024 election to Donald Trump because of racism and misogyny. According to an article in the Washington Examiner, the National Democratic Party decided over the weekend that you can talk about the issues if you want, but we know it was racism and misogyny. I guess pride in our country, the rule of law, government restraint, respect for others, and plain old common sense apparently don't mean anything to Democrats anymore, except for the rank and file, the other half of America's backbone. Improvise, adapt, overcome. Semper Fi.